That down, let's talk about this. While jumping back and forth trying to watch the LA Dodgers win the World Series last night, and I'm not trying to rub any salt in any wounds, but that was one of the most catastrophic nuclear meltdowns I've ever seen a team have in a playoff game, let alone a World Series game. That fifth inning for the Yankees,
it's going to haunt them for
it will go down in legend.
Yeah.
Like it is one of the worst catastrophe nuclear meltdown innings I've ever seen a team have in one inning in a playoff game. But at any rate, while that was going on, there was another big event. The 2-episode finale of Agatha All Along. A series that I told people I thought was going to be pretty good. But even I didn't expect it to be as good as it turned out being. Again, I don't think it's quite as good as the other major superhero-related show that's on TV right now, Penguin. I think Penguin's the better show. But, I mean, I expected Wanda to be good or Agatha to be good. It was better than just good. It was very good. It was very good. And I found myself really looking forward every week to watching the next episode because, you know, listen, a lot of stuff on Disney Plus, whether it's Marvel stuff or Star Wars stuff, there's a lot of shows that they put out where I got to kind of, well, I guess I got to watch the next episode now. But this one, I was like, is it Wednesday yet? Great. There's a new episode of Wanda or Agatha. I keep saying Wanda.
I know.
Because it's so closely connected.
Yeah.
But there's a new episode of Agatha tonight, and I think the series turned out to be really well.
It was nice because it was like your Wednesday and then Sunday got you through the week.
Sunday you had your Penguin, and by the way, now Shrinking is out. Again, I know it's guys, if you're not watching Shrinking, I got caught up on the latest 2 episodes now, so guys, what are you doing with your life if you're not watching Shrinking?
And while
this show is so good.
And if you're on Apple Plus, just alternate Severance to get caught up for the 2nd season.
There you go. Anyway, back to Agatha. So the only question that remained was, were they going to be able to stick the landing on Agatha? And I think, I'm going to say this. They didn't botch the landing. They didn't botch the landing. I'm not going to say it was one of the great finales that they had on Disney Plus, but while I'll fall a little short of saying they nailed the landing, I'll say they didn't botch it. The second, and by the way, guys, just so you know, we are going to talk in some spoiler detail here. So if you have not watched the last 2 episodes of Agatha, this spoiler warning is now there. So you might want to mute your phone, TV, computer, laptop, whatever. Now, once the spoiler warning turns off, you're safe to unmute. But we are going to go into some spoilery detail. There's the spoiler warning. Okay, you've been warned. All right. So the show was quite good. I mean, it was surprisingly good. Then they went. Now I'll say episode 8 was the best of the 2. Because you remember when with Lilia, when they started showing all the stuff that happened in previous episodes to explain her jumping back and forth through time, you're like, oh my God, it all fit together so perfectly. Like fit like perfectly shaped pieces to a puzzle. Beautiful. The revelation that the road was just a manifestation by Billy, like Westview was just a manifestation, at least the reality within Westview was just a manifestation of Wanda. And he basically did the same thing Wanda did. And then they jumped back and forth through the series to show the little clues that they planted all the way through. And you're like, oh my God, again, it was all right there. And I'm going to admit something. I know there's a lot of people say, oh yeah, I kind of guessed so. I didn't. I did not guess that they were going to say the road was just Billy's creation. And then the revelation of it was great. He's back in his room. It was kind of like the end of Usual Suspect.
Oh, yeah.
As the cops looking around and seeing all the things that Klimt was talking about. It was Kaiser Soze, right? So they pulled a little Usual Suspects at the end, which I thought was really clever. And I thought that was really quite good. I thought that was really good. Guys, we want to take a second to thank a sponsor of today's video, The Perfect Jean. Look, you guys know I've been talking about the Perfect Jean for a while now. I absolutely love these. They fit like a dream, they look fantastic, and they are so comfortable, you forget you're even wearing pants. We all love jeans, but look, we all also know they can be a little bit uncomfortable for the boys, but not with the Perfect Jean. These jeans fit like they were custom made, stretch like you wouldn't believe, and they look absolutely fantastic. The Perfect Jean also has a seriously massive range of sizes, everything from 26 to 50 and lengths of 26 to 38. These have become my absolute go-to jeans whenever I'm hanging around the house or even going out for the day. And listen, the Perfect Jean isn't even just pants. They've revolutionized t-shirts as well. The Perfect Tee has just enough stretch to hide that beer belly while accentuating your arms and chest for that flawless look. My guys, it's finally time to stop crushing your balls in uncomfortable jeans by going to theperfectjean.nyc. Our listeners get 15% off your first order, plus free shipping, free returns, and free exchanges when you use the code CAMPEA at checkout. That's 15% off for new customers at theperfectjean.nyc with the promo code Campea. And after you purchase, they'll ask you where you heard about them. Please support the John Campea Show and tell them we sent you. F your khakis and get the Perfect Jean. Then they got into the final episode where they finally tell us the background story of Agatha and her son Nicholas Scratch. And I thought it was very sweet. And I thought it was very moving. It helped me understand Agatha. Again, never painted her as a good guy. Never painted her as a good guy. But I love the fact that it helped us understand her a little bit more. The whole thing with ending, like I guessed, you guys remember, I guessed she would die by the end.
Right.
So they did that. And I really like the self-sacrifice she did with Rio Death. By the way, Aubrey Plaza as Death was awesome in this whole series. As Rio, she was great. I don't know that I loved, I gotta say, the very end where the show ends with a coven of two, a boy and a ghost, who go off on a new mission to find his brother. Now, the whole revelation of his brother and all that kind of stuff, and the life Tommy was now living, all that was actually pretty cool. Again, not sure I love the whole ending on the ghost thing, but it could be interesting. They could remanifest her. I don't know. But again, I'm not going to say I thought they nailed the landing, but they didn't botch it either. And overall, I got to say, because you guys know I've been kind of down a lot on a lot of the Disney Plus Marvel shows.
Right.
I think they have, to put it kindly, I think they've been hit and miss. Certainly a couple that have been great. Certainly a number that have not. But I think Agatha all along ends up being one of their better series.
Oh, wow.
Again, WandaVision is still the best thing they've done. Easily, no questions asked. It's not even close. WandaVision is the best thing they've ever done. But I think Agatha gets up there now in that conversation with Ms. Marvel, with Loki, as that next level stuff of the good stuff they've done.
So I figure you probably have it at, I'm going to guess, number 3. Is it number 3 on your list?
You know what? I don't know right now whether I have it at number 2, 3, or 4.
Oh.
I don't know. I'm not really sure whether I have it at 2. It could be at 2, could be at 3, could be at 4.
Really?
I need
that
to.
high as 2. Huh?
It could be as high as 2, but it could be as low as 4. I have to marinate on it a little bit more. But again, Wanda's head and shoulders above everything.
Yeah, right.
But then you got that next level of Loki, of Ms. Marvel, and now I think Agatha's in that conversation as well. So again, not the best thing they've done, but at least a solid. Listen, they needed a solid outing.
Yeah, where you're not pissed off that you follow the show. Like,
oh my! Like remember after watching Secret Invasion?
Yeah, I remember you came into the.
Oh, it's like I was just
came into the studio and it was like. Waste of time.
Yes, I was just so mad that I wasted so many hours of my life watching that stupid show.
Are you a Yankees fan right now? Or are you talking about what?
I guess part of what alleviated that problem is that they stopped releasing it at midnight, because that was one of the detriments to those releases.
Such a good move for them to move from midnight releases to like 6 p.m. releases.
That totally became a factor, and like
absolutely,
you know, it made something worse, more worse.
Yes, because now not only did I sit through a shitty show, I stayed up till 1 a.m. to watch a shitty show, and I got to get up at 5, and I was So even if it ended up being bad, I wouldn't have been as mad about it.
So what do we have next for Marvel coming up? The next series? We
just talked about a whole bunch of Daredevil's not
Daredevil.
the next one.
I think is the next.
Is it the next one?
That's in March.
Now we're not not counting animation.
No. But that's the next live action.
Daredevil's the next.
So it's March.
Man, it would be really cool if they could start putting together a little winning streak.
But that's really far.
It's far out. Did we get a release date for Wonder Man? I know it's coming out in 2025.
I'll have to look for that.
But I got to assume that
and Ironheart, those are later this year.
It's going to be a pretty long stint. If, let's say, Daredevil does release in March, we have nothing Marvel from now until... wait. Or do we have Captain America?
It's Captain America in March or May.
Oh, that's probably closer to May. Let me look.
Yeah, it's one of those two. But as far as TV goes, I think Daredevil is the next live action thing.
Yeah, it's going to be...
and the guys in the live chat are saying Wonder Man is December 2025.
Yeah, December.
So that's still a ways
Brave
off.
New World is February.
Oh, so...
Okay, so we got February.
So we'll have Brave New World and then Daredevil.
Well, all right, guys. Anyway, question is for you. I actually ended up really liking Agatha more than I thought I would. And it was a much needed, I think, win for Disney Plus because they have not been terribly impressing us. Anyway, whatever you guys thought about it, jump down to the comment section below and let us know your thoughts. Hey guys, thanks so much for watching this video. Make sure you like the video, leave a comment, and subscribe to our channel. And don't forget, we have a daily podcast called the John Campea Show podcast, available on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, or your favorite podcasting app of choice. Go and subscribe to it today so it'll be there when you need it.